Hello, Nickel City Mafia. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Mike Thornton, and today we're going to talk about that Bears game that we watched today. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like that was a well-oiled machine on the field today. When you consider that we didn't have Diggs in there, we didn't have any Beasley, what Mitch did was absolutely phenomenal. And that team in that first half was just clicking on all cylinders. So, I mean, I'm going to talk about some of the notables on offense and defense, special teams. We saw some explosion on the special teams today, and then I'll give out some game balls. So again, as we go through the show here today, please give me your insight to what you thought went down on the field today. Some of the players that stood out to you, some of the players you're cheering for to make this roster, this 53-man roster that we got to get down to at the end of the month. Let me know. Well, let me just start off by saying Mitch Trubisky. I mean, unbelievable. I'm so happy for this kid. And I'm going to tell you something before he's on my next slide too, so we're going to talk more about him. But he just opened the eyes of a lot of NFL teams. I mean, 20 of 28. Let me give you the actual numbers here. 20 of 28, 221 yards, one touchdown pass in the first half. Those are numbers sometimes for a full game. But obviously, he was clicking on all cylinders. So was that whole offense. It's just amazing. I'm so happy for him. I was super excited that the Bears fans were cool to him as well. I saw him before the game signing some jerseys from Bears fans that had his jersey. And that was super cool to see. And, you know, they didn't boo him. There was like, are they going to boo him? No, they were super cool. So hats off to you, Bears fans. And again, was it the environment? I'm not bashing the Bears environment. I'm just saying maybe that system didn't work for him, and maybe they just didn't have the talent around him. I mean, he just lit it up. And when you consider you're going to have all those weapons that Josh Allen's going to have day one, that was just an amazing, amazing performance. So let's get into the show, everyone. Let's go through my notables. So notables on offense, I just talked about him. Mitch Trubisky. I mean, great. I'm not going to go much deeper than what I just said. Great revenge game. Wasn't, you know, is that how he felt? I think he did want to show his ex-team that they made a mistake, and I think he showed them. And again, I think with that performance, every team in the NFL's eyes just got wide open. They're like, uh-oh, maybe we should have taken a chance on this guy. But we're super happy. I'm super happy to have him backing up Josh Allen, and he more than proved that he can do the job. So great job, Mitch. Super happy for you. Devin Singletary. Devin, I hear you. I hear you. I see you. I mean, you must be listening to my show because I've been on the running backs on the Bills for quite some time now. I was even disappointed that we didn't draft one, but you're calling me out now, and I'm seeing you. And let me just tell you, Devin, you've done something in the offseason, and I'm super impressed. I didn't think you'd play this game. I know Zach Moss was back. I thought they might rest you, but you got out there, you got some reps in, and you scored another touchdown. And what was impressive, Devin, is that you're breaking tackles. I mean, I've always felt you're just a good downhill runner. You're always moving forward, but you're impressing me. I mean, you really are. And I've always said, I felt like when the Bills went to a more 50-50 split with you and Moss, it's like I'm talking to Singletary right now. Anyhow, what I'm saying is when they went to a 50-50 split, I felt Singletary changed. And I'm thinking maybe we go to a 60-40, 70-30 split. Singletary's the guy. Yeah, Zach Moss got in. He got a few reps in this game. He's coming back from the hammy. And you know, it's going to take him a little while to get back up to full speed. But you're starting to calm my nerves, Devin, on that rushing game. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to make me eat my words. Again, there's a reason why the Bill Scouts are paid a lot of money, and they're doing that specific job. It's not the job I do. I'm just a fan watching from behind the scenes here, giving my opinions. So great job, Devin. I am super excited about what I'm seeing. Reggie Gilliam, oh my gosh, 2 touchdowns today. Our fullback putting on a show. I mean, he was stuffed there at the goal line, had enough sense to bounce it out to the right side and goes in for the score. 2 touchdowns, phenomenal. Jake Kumaro, all right, in my pregame, I asked that Jake show me what everyone's been talking about on in training camp and in practices. I've been hearing every week, I hear these great reviews. I see Josh Allen talking great things about you. I saw what you did with Green Bay, and I see that Rodgers was very disappointed to lose you. And I wanted to see that transfer to the field today. And you heard me. You showed up. Great job, Jake. With that 6'4" size, you made a great touchdown catch in the end zone there. And, I mean, obviously, Mitch put it right there. If you didn't catch that, I was going to be all over you. But great job. And then you made a nice catch later in the game down the sidelines using that height of yours. Fantastic catch, Jake. So you showed up. Thank you for doing that. Isaiah McKenzie. I mean, tell you what, he shows up and he's our top receiver. He's got 7 receptions for 72 yards. He had 8 targets. Great job, McKenzie. And then, I mean, he had a nice punt return, but, give him a little bit of a knock. He did fumble one of the punt returns. Luckily, fortunately, he recovered it. We can't have those things happen, Isaiah. So I'm going to give you a little pass just because you just killed it as a receiver today. So great job. Jacob Hollister. I asked in my pregame show, will the real tight end please stand up? Please stand up. A little Slim Shady reference. Please stand up. And you did. You stood up. I saw you. I hear you loud and clear. You had 3 receptions for 53 yards. You caught the 2-point conversion. And I asked you to kind of give Knox a little kick in the tush to get him going. Knox, I mean, I think you might have been pushed aside. I mean, Knox was in there, had 2 targets. He dropped one right in his hands. I mean, I could have caught that. And again, if you look back at it and you watch it, you'll see that I'm not just saying this. It was about as easy of a catch as you can make. So we know that Knox has had problems with drops in the past. Saw it again today, and then I didn't see him again. Maybe I missed him. I was watching it very closely, but it seemed to be the Jacob Hollister show after that. So great show on offense, man. I am so happy what I saw. This team looked like a team that could have started the season today, and even with Mitch in there, could have beat the Steelers. I mean, it was incredible. Let me know what you guys think, because they really put on a great show for us, and super happy what I saw there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about notables on defense. I asked these guys in the pregame, bring the energy. Epinesa, Boogie Basham, Gregory Rousseau. We need these guys if we're going to compete with the big boys in this league. If we're going to get over that hurdle of Kansas City, we got the Ravens, we got Cleveland. We need this defense to elevate. Yeah, they got a lot of pressures last year. They're going to need to get just as many, if not more, and we're going to need to get those sack totals up. These 3 guys are going to help us do it. Boogie got his first recorded sack in preseason. Fantastic. I believe he had 4 tackles, 1 assist, and of course that sack. Gregory Rousseau, back-to-back weeks with a sack. Phenomenal. Love what I see from him. Again, early on, I'm like, Boogie's going to have a bigger impact. I'm starting to eat those words, but I'm just happy that both of them are making an impact. And this should make all us Bills fans super excited. Epinesa I got on there. Man, he didn't get a sack, but he blew up that guy, and pretty much it looked like it was a forced fumble, and they overturned it and said it was an incomplete pass. But he just destroyed the tackle on that play, if you watch it. And he was getting some good pressure in there. So super excited about these 3 young guys. Oh, man, they keep going the way they're going. We're looking good, Buffalo. I'm telling you, we're looking good, Buffalo. Dale Johnson, again, I mentioned him last week, and he was something I wanted to watch again for this week. And again, this guy, this defensive end's making plays. Now, he may not have had, let me see, let me check here what he had. I think he had a half a sack as well today. So let me double check the numbers before, I don't want to give you any bad information. But let's see, let me find him real quick. Yeah, half a sack. So three tackles and half a sack. Are you kidding me? So he keeps, I heard a lot of good things this past week out of camp, out of practice this week from some of the other channels I watch. Fortunately, they have on site guys that can get this information, so I have to research some of this the other shows to get this for you. But he's been showing up, and he's showing up on the field 2 games in a row. So I'm super excited. I mean, the depth of that defensive line keeps getting better and better. And then safety Damar Hamlin, who we drafted this year, he played from the get-go. I wanted to see him early and often. My God, I saw him early and often. He was there the whole game. So again, let me give you some numbers from him. I think he was, let's see, he had 4 tackles, and I think he had a tackle for a loss. Again, when you're watching plays happen on defense, 31, you see him almost in every frame. He makes a lot of plays, and if he does make a play, he's close by. So super happy that, again, we're building that depth to our safety position. And thank you for Damar Hamlin for making that happen. And again, this guy had a great rating coming out of the draft. So we got a good one here. So all these guys that I've mentioned, these 5, are on top of what we had last year. Yes, we had AJ Epinesa last year, but these other guys are just adding to that. So is that going to take us over elevate us to be able to get over the hurdle of Kansas City? Right now, from what I'm seeing, I think it could. So again, you guys let me know what you're thinking. I know it's preseason. A lot of you don't get hyped up for preseason. I do. Again, in those first 2 quarters, there were mostly first stringers there, especially on the Bears side of the fence. And look what our offense did to them. And that was without our 2 main wide receivers. And maybe we got a tight end finally. Hollister, I think, might have taken the lead. But on defense, we shut them down. Absolutely shut them down. So anyhow, I think Dalton, I mean, he's been on so many teams. He's just never been able to be a star anywhere he's been. So their new quarterback, I think the Bears, you're going to see him sooner than later. Anyhow, let's talk about, last but not least, notables on special teams. So Marquis Stevenson, guess what? He had 3 targets, 1 catch. Didn't really do much in the receiving side of things today. And I don't know why. I didn't see him a lot on the field in the 4th quarter like he was last week. But guess what? I mean, when you want to make a squad, one of the best ways you can make a squad is return a punt return for 79 yards, touchdown. Way to go, Marquis Stevenson. I mean, I've been talking high on this guy since the draft. You're seeing some of the things he can do for us. And for those who are saying, how can he make this team when we're so deep on the wide receiving core? Special teams. I mean, you just saw it right there. And the fact that he can do something special in the slot position as well on the offense, for those doubters, he's showing you what he can do. And again, I'm not saying he's a lock by any means. He's going to have to come hard again next week. But this guy is, the funny thing about this, I don't hear much out of practice during the week. I don't hear these reporters really talking much about him. And I don't know why that is. But come game day, which is where I'm able to see him, he's shining. And I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Again, I know there's been some heated discussions whether he's really going to make this team. And if he doesn't make that 53-man squad, I sure hope we get him on the practice squad. We can't let this guy go. Isaiah McKenzie, again, decent showing today. You had a nice punt return there of your 3, I believe you had. But you did have the fumble. So can't have that. Super important that we can't have those turnovers. Other than that, Isaiah McKenzie, I gave you a pass on that because you shined on offense. Brandon Powell, I saw them both again. He returned a couple kicks. Let me give you his number here. I think it was just one. Let me see what he did on the special teams there. So he returned a kick return for 19 yards, and then he also had one kick return for one punt return for 17 yards. And then McKenzie had 3 for 51 yards on the punt returns. And the only ones who had kickoff returns was Marquise and Paul. And Marquise on his one had a 26-yard return. So there it is. I seriously want to hear your thoughts on Stevenson. He's impressing me. Again, I might be biased. I've been pulling for him since the draft. And I just, when you have that type of speed, that type of playmaking ability, I want that person on my team. So, again, let me know your thoughts, guys, out there. Love to hear. Am I crazy? I don't think so. Anyhow, let's get to game balls. And you're going to laugh at this. In the future, I'm only going to limit this to 4 game balls or less. But I'm in a super good mood today. I mean, the Bills, like I said, in those first half when they had pretty much their first stringers going, they looked like they could open the season tomorrow and be good to go. I was super impressed and in sync, and the defense stepped up. So I'm in a good mood, so I'm giving out a lot of game balls. Of course, it's going to be Mitch. Devin Singletary, I'm hearing you. I'm seeing you. You're putting me at ease in that running back situation. Let's go. Reggie Gilliam, fullback. It's impressed me. Really impressed me. Jake Kumuro, you finally transferred what I've been hearing about training camp, about Josh Allen talking high on you, and of course, the quarterback from Green Bay, Rodgers, talking high on you, and then all the reports. I always hear good things about Jake from all the reporters that are there on site. You transferred it to the field today. Whew, fantastic. Game ball for you. Isaiah McKenzie, game ball for you. Again, I could have said, no, you fumbled it, but no, you did so well on offense. I'm giving you a pass on the one. Marquis Stevenson, boom, with that big punt return. Jacob Hollister, tight end. I think maybe you're starting to step above the other two. Again, I love Tommy Sweeney. We'll see what he brings to the table when he's able to come back from that injury. And then, of course, Gregory Rousseau and Boogie Basham. So those are my game balls. I would love to hear who you guys give a game ball to. And again, let me know anything I talked about today. Let me know if you agree or disagree. So that's it. Real quick recap today, guys. Whether you're watching it now or whether you watch this later, do me a favor. Drop a nickel on that subscribe button. Like, share, and comment. I always say comments are so important because introduce yourself to me. I want to meet you. I want to. Part of doing this was meeting new Bills Mafia folks all over the world, all over the country. No matter where you are, I would love to meet you. So thanks again. I will see you soon. Next week is going to be fun. I think it's Green Bay, and we'll have a pregame and postgame as well. Be sure you watch our shows during the week. We have a golf show every Tuesday night. If you're into DraftKings golf or betting on golf, you don't want to miss that show. And then we're going to have a fantasy football show. The fantasy football show has been doing extremely well. We've had 2 sessions of that right now, and we're going to be bringing you more information to those that are into fantasy football and who isn't into fantasy football. So anyhow, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I will see you soon. Bye now.